Hey friends, I am on PTO for the AM, so I'm squeezing in a little bit of time because I am super excited about some Rothys that just launched today. If you know me, you know that I'm pretty much obsessed with Rothys, and I've never ever been into shoes the way I am into Rothys. And even then, I pace myself. They're not a cheap shoe, at least not to me, but they're worth it. I look at them as an investment. I've always shared that they are amazing, first and foremost to me, because they are washable. I live in Texas. I live in Houston. It is hot and humid here like 99% of the time. So your feet get hot, your feet get sweaty. I don't care who you are. If you magically somehow have feet that don't sweat or get stinky, I think you're a liar. But if you are somehow a magical unicorn, good for you. Maybe this isn't a problem, but your shoes can still get dirty. So that's part of the reason I just love Rothys so much, is they truly are washable. So you can buy a pair of Rothys and you can know that they are going to last you a really long time. So for me, I look at them as an investment. I consider myself to be well, the polite way to put it would be frugal. I'm cheap about a lot of things. But what I've found with my Rothys is because they do live up to the hype, they will wash and come out looking almost brand new, and they will last you. So in the past, I used to wear black flats like all of the time, especially when I went into the office. I was having to buy probably anywhere between 2 to 4 pairs, when I really think about it, of black flats just to get through the year, because I was rough on them. They would get gross, they would get stinky, they would get dirty. No longer. Once I finally made the jump and bought my first pair of Rothys. So my first pair of Rothys, I've got my OGs here. You can see these need to get washed. They got a little bit of dirt on them from the last time I wore them. But these are my original Rothys. And you guys, I've had these for three plus years now. And yes, they need a wash, but look at what great shape these are still in. These regular black pleather or leather flats would never have lasted me this long. You take the soles out, you pop them in the washer, you wash them on cold. Never, ever hot, because they'll shrink. And that's because they are made from recycled plastic, which is another reason why I really love them, is because they're sustainable. It's good for the environment. And if I can do something that's good for my bank account, looks cute, and it helps planet Earth, why not? So you always wash them on cold. I wash them on delicate or even the hand wash cycle, depending on how icky they are. And they come out looking almost brand new, you guys. It's truly amazing. Again, these are 3 years old, and once I get them in the washing machine, they are going to look brand new. And these are my OGs. And of course, the first pair you buy, you get $20 off. If you've never bought a pair before, I'm happy to share my code with you. You get 20 off and I get 20 off. So that's another cool thing about Rothys, is whenever you share your code and somebody uses it, you get $20 off your next purchase as well. So today I was able to get the new pair, which I'll talk about in a second, for I think I only had to pay $25. They're a $145 pair, and because people have so kindly used my coupon code whenever they bought their first pair, I was able to get $120 off my $145 pair of shoes. So thank you guys, for those of you who've used my code, and for those of you who haven't purchased yet, I will be sharing that code with you guys. But yeah, so these are my OGs. I'm gonna show you my whole collection, because even though I love a good investment and a shoe that's gonna last a while, I still have fought the urge to splurge and just buy every pair that I love. I would love to do that, but that's not in my budget. But I do look at them as investments. So whenever I buy them, I know I'm gonna get a shoe that's gonna last me forever. And I know I sound like an infomercial. I'm okay with that, because I love Rothys that much, and they have lived up to the hype for me that much. So my OGs, okay? Now, one thing about Rothys, if you don't know a lot about them, at least in the points, because they're the only ones I've bought that I've liked and kept, because I did just recently return a pair of the rounds. They do run small. The points run small. So I am usually a 10 in like a running shoe. Yes, I have a big foot. I'm 5'7", so I'm usually a 10 in like my running shoes that I purchase. However, in flats, I normally was a 9 or a 9.5. In my Rothy points, I am a 10 to a 10.5. These are 10s. I learned my lesson even after I did my first exchange. By the way, if you don't know, they have free exchanges. So if you buy a pair online, because there's not that many storefronts in person, you buy a pair online, you get it, and they don't fit, you send them in for a new pair. Or if you get it and you're like, this is not what I thought this color was gonna be, you send it in, send it back. You get your money back, no problem, no questions asked. Very easy peasy. They keep it simple. But anyway, size up. So like I said, I'm normally 9, 9.5. 10 to 10.5 is really more my jam when it comes to the points. So that's what I order. So that's my OG, my black points. The next pair I ordered, I think, was these, and I forget what these are. I want to say they were called Green Python. I love that they're still kind of neutral, even though they're sort of a bold color, because it will go with so many things. I will say I've ended up wearing these the least of mine, because I do kind of tend to favor more neutral things. But these are gorgeous. Love how they look, and again, they wash up beautifully, all the things. My husband is sending sweet text messages right now. He just says, "You are the love of my life." He really is the sweetest. He'll have to wait for a response until I'm done with you guys though. So then this is one of my pairs. I think I might have broken the order because I'm wearing a pair right now. That's fine. Anyway, I ordered this pair of the Mary Janes. My bow's not as pretty as I like it to be. It takes a little practice. But I ordered these. I think that these were called Sapphire. It's a beautiful blue with a little bit of a beigey pink bow and insole. I love these because, again, they're neutral enough that they go with stuff, but they're a little bit girly, a little bit fun, but not too crazy, which is honestly kind of more so my style. We're bringing purple here to the party. How crazy do I need to get with my shoes, okay? But I love the Mary Jane tie, and also because I have a little bit of a skinnier foot, I feel comfortable getting that slightly bigger size, knowing that I can tie it a little tighter and it's gonna fit my foot nicely. So that's another reason why I love the Mary Jane style. And again, the bow is just super fun, super cute. These I got during an archive sale. I think I only had to pay $90 for this. I think this is called the Wildcat. I'm not good at remembering the names, you guys. But again, it's a fun print, but I love that it's still neutral enough. You know, you can wear it with khaki, brown, you can wear it with black. You can even wear it with, honestly, most solid colored dresses too, and not be too busy. I love these. I end up putting these on a lot of the time when I normally would wear my brown flats, or I normally would have worn like a beige nude kind of a color. So yeah, got these as well. So those are my two Mary Jane style. And then the pair that I'm wearing right now, I'll just take it off my foot for you guys. These are, I think it's called Ecru. Anyway, these are my beige nudie points that I also wear a ton. Again, I love my neutrals. I'm just that way. I go crazy with the hair, and then I normally keep things a little more simple with my attire, with my shoes, but I like to change it up every now and again. Yeah, so these obviously go with tons and tons of things. I really wanted to build up my neutrals before I splurged a lot on the colors. Again, that's just how I'm wired. So I got my navies, got my blacks, got my khaki, got my animal print, which is still kind of a neutral in my book, even though it's a print. So those are my 5 pairs of Rothys so far. I did recently snag a pair of rounds. I think that's what they're called, rounds or flats, for the first time. They just weren't my jam, man. They didn't fit me right. They run smaller than the points. I thought it was gonna be a sparkly purple and it was more of a pink, so it just didn't work for me. So I went ahead and sent them back. No issues. They have what they call happy returns. You drop them off at one of the happy returns locations and that money's back in your bank account fast. And then of course, if you do an exchange, swap them out, they send you another one. So if you order the wrong size, no big deal. If you order something and it's not your jam, like that one wasn't, no big deal. But today, I'm getting to the seasonal launch. Today they launched what I have been waiting for 3 years, you guys. They launched a gorgeous, fabulous, perfect purple point. Hooray! Like, I'm so excited. It's called Iris, I believe. Again, not super great at memorizing all the names, but it's a beautiful purple. Now, they had launched some other purple points since I've become a Rothys fan in the last 3 years, but they were their merino, which means wool. Y'all, I live in Texas. Ain't nobody got time for no wool shoes on our feet that are already hot as hell, let's be honest, the majority of the year. So they may have worked during the winter, but I didn't need that. I needed something a little bit more breathable, a little bit more of what I'm used to. So I'm super excited to say the purple points launched today. I ordered them as soon as I saw that email. A friend of mine who's also super into Rothys made sure I saw the notification, so I went in. You do a search for VIP. Now, I don't know if it's only gonna work for people who've ordered in the past or not, but if you do the search for VIP, it'll come up, at least if you purchased before. You're gonna have to let me know if it works for you if you haven't ever bought before. But anyway, tons of other colors launched. So purple's not like your favorite, which is fine, but I don't know why it wouldn't be. There are a bunch of other colors, and if points aren't your favorite, there's some other styles too. So I know for sure in the points there was the purple, there's a beautiful sunflower yellow, and I'll tell y'all, I'm not normally a big yellow fan, but this was a really gorgeous yellow. And then I want to say that there was also like a blue floral print in the point. And then there were some rounds or loafers, something like that, and some of the other colors. There's a really gorgeous basil green, and I know that they had that in either the flat, round, loafer style. Sorry, you guys, I should have like made a better point of memorizing this, but I wanted to make sure you guys knew to go look and see everything that had come out. There's also some of the, they were clutches, wallet-esque, wrist things, okay, purse-like things that launched. So if that's your style and something you get excited about, take a look at what they launched there as well. So several really gorgeous colors. There's also a dusty rose color that launched. It was really, really pretty. I'm kind of tempted to snag one of those, but then I was like, ease up, girl. You don't have to buy everything at one time, but it's tempting. Like, this launch is probably one of my favorite launches in the sense of I want almost everything that came out today. And normally I can say I like that one thing out of 10 things. Normally if I'm at a restaurant, there's like one thing that screams my name more. Today, of course, the purple points, hands down, no questions asked. Andrea had to have those, period. So those are ordered. I'm like so tempted to already look at my shipping tracking. Like, you on your way yet? You on your way yet? I almost wanted to pay extra, but again, I'm cheap. I won't even just say frugal. I'm cheap. I've invested in the shoe. I will wait on regular free shipping, but it was tempting. Very, very tempting. So anyway, so excited. Doesn't even begin to explain it. I'm considering buying the sunflower ones also just because I think the yellow is a really pretty yellow. It's still neutral enough to go with so much. And of course, I'm an LSU grad, so I love having that like purple golden option. I mean, if I really wanted to get crazy with it, I could wear one of each for tailgating. I would do it. I would do that. Why not? So anyway, just how to make sure you guys know. If you'll have questions about Rothys, if you've never bought them before and you want to know some things, let me know. I'm mostly familiar with the points and the Mary Janes because that's my go-to style. Like I said, I tried one of the round flat styles and it just was, I mean, it just wasn't my jam, y'all. It didn't look right on me, didn't look right on my foot. The sizing was definitely different on that style versus the points. So I'm just comfortable. Like, that's my happy place. It's what I love the most. But anyway, oh, hold on. I'm seeing a question asking about comfort, how comfortable they are. Great question. So for me, I have a skinny foot with a pretty high arch. I personally find my Rothys extremely comfortable. Whenever I was working in an office regularly, I don't currently do that anymore. I only go in every now and again. But when I was working in the office, I was going for walks early in the morning and usually during lunch or the afternoon. And I would say I would walk anywhere between 10 and 15,000 steps in a day. And I was always super comfortable in my Rothys. I had no issues whatsoever. I also have a bad knee. Had knee surgery when I was 15, thanks to dance. And you know, I don't have issues with that. Now I will say, I know some people will remove the insoles that come with the Rothys and replace it with like a Dr. Scholl's type insert, and that works out great for them. Oh gosh, and thank you so much for your question, Jamie, because that also reminded me that I wanted to mention, whenever you know you have the right fit Rothys, there's no break-in period. There is no, you have to have blisters in order to be comfortable in your Rothys. That's another reason why I did not like to have to buy new flats all the time, because I felt like I would put them on and they would rub blisters on my feet, and the only way they would ever stop rubbing blisters is for my feet to adjust, for my feet to get used to wearing them. So you had to bleed in order to reach a point of comfort, and that's just awful. Like, you shouldn't have to do that, but that was what I was experiencing anytime I was buying new shoes. Rothys don't do that. If you find that they are rubbing your feet and causing some type of issue, you have the wrong size, and you need to most likely size up. For me, what I like to do when my Rothys arrive is I'll put them on my feet with little socks, like really super thin no-show socks. And I kind of walk around the house very gently, especially like on carpet. And I just make sure they fit the way I would expect them to. Yay for dance. Yeah, yay for dance. Yeah, luckily my knee is better, but it's never been like it was before. But anyway, so I like to test them out, walk around the house on the carpet very gently, just to make sure they fit like they should, because they are expensive. They are a splurge in my book. I don't care how much money I would ever potentially have in my bank account. Spending $100+ on a pair of shoes to me is a splurge, but whenever you know they're going to last, I feel like it's also an investment. So you want to give them a little test, give them some gentle walking around in the house, make sure they fit right. Again, with the points, size up at least a half to a full size. If you get them and they don't work, swap them out until you get the right size. That's what I had to do with my first pair. And I still like to take it easy when they first arrive and make sure they fit the way I expect them to. But no issues once I figured that out for the points. Like, they have continued to fit me consistently once I figured out what that meant for me. But yeah, I do know some people who will get the Dr. Scholl's type inserts or similar things like that to give them a little bit more cushion. I don't personally have to do that, but no issues with that, because you can easily cut them to the shape. Because the nice thing is, right, you take the insole out and then you can just put your Dr. Scholl's insert or whatever you buy that's comparable and just cut it to that shape, so that you could give yourself a little more cushion and then just put that right into your shoe. Now, you also might want to consider giving yourself even more room if you tend to like a little extra support in your shoe. So maybe size up even an extra half size to ensure you're going to have the space that you want for that. Now, I know some people swear by the loafers, swear by their tennis shoes, swear by all their other different designs. I'm just a hardcore points and Mary Jane kind of person. That's just what I gravitate to. And what's funny, I'll share too, I have a long foot. So I always thought that the points were just gonna make it look like I have clown feet, but somehow these are just a magical shoe. And in my opinion, and I've asked other people too, because I'm self-conscious of it, I've asked, what does that look like for you? Like, when you look at my foot, do you go, those look like skis, girl? Like, why are you wearing those? No. And I've asked people who will definitely tell me the truth, including my husband. And he has never said that they look like crazy clown feet any more than my regular foot looks like to him, because he loves to tease me about that. We actually have pretty much the same size foot, but his are tiny and mine are big. So anyway, I hope I recapped most everything, but let me know what I forgot to ask. I am more than happy to fill you in. I'll be completely honest, but obviously I'm a Rothys fan. That's why I'm sharing this. That's why I'm letting you guys know. So take a look at what they're launching. Let me know if you're eyeing something, if you bought them before, what's your favorite style, what's your favorite color, what's your go-to when you grab something out of your closet. If you haven't bought any, are you eyeing something? What questions do you have for me? How can I make you feel more comfortable about making that investment? Because I really do not think you will regret it. When I'm passionate about something, I like to share about it, and Rothys is just one of those things for me. Super passionate about them. I think that they're great. Love that I can wash them. Love that they're good for the environment. Love that there's no break-in period, no blisters on my heels or something like that. I'll never forget when I had a relatively new pair of shoes that I was wearing, and I had to walk around a lot unexpectedly in them, and my heels were bleeding, and I was traveling. I had no band-aids. I had like no convenient place I could stop. I didn't have a car to run to the store. This is before we had like Uber Eats that would deliver, you know, anything and everything. I couldn't just do like Amazon and have something delivered in 2 hours. It was awful. You shouldn't have to go through that to have cute shoes that fit and that will last you. So, all right, that's my spiel for today. I ordered the purples. I will share with you guys whenever I get them. Like I said, I think they're called Iris. Be happy to give you guys a live video whenever they're here so you can see how they look, how they fit. But I'm so excited to finally get some purple points. So excited. I can't wait. I will be wearing them so much. Even if my hair isn't purple, I'll have my purple points. So excited. So y'all let me know, what did I forget to mention? What do you want to know? And what are you going to try to snag from this new release? And remember, some of these are considered seasonal. So they're going to be like a limited edition. They will not be available forever, even though I think purple is beautiful year round. I'm pretty sure that that was one of the pairs that they noted as seasonal. So that means you won't always have access to those colors. So that's it. I've got to wrap up my PTO from this AM and get back to my work day. Thanks for joining me here. Let me know what you want to know about Rothys. Have a great day. Bye for now.